What is going on? We're about to get into my proven 4-pillar system for guys who want to drop fat, build muscle, just finally look like they lift without living in the gym. But who is this really for though? It's for guys in their 20s to 30s, probably working 40, 50 plus hours a week. You're a sales professional, entrepreneur, or a corporate grinder. You're ambitious, you're successful in your career, but your body's just not keeping up. It's not where you want it to be. You want to look lean, muscular, be confident. You want to have that V-taper, that six-pack, the James Bond look. You all know what I'm talking about. But you don't have time for 2-hour workouts or restrictive diets. You need a system that actually fits into your busy lifestyle. But why me though? Why should I even be talking about this? Because when I was playing college football, being in shape was easy. Workouts, practice, and structure were built into my life. All I had to do was go to class and go to practice and lift. But when I transitioned into working 50 plus hours a week between my sales career and building a business, my health and fitness started to decline. I was grinding at work, chasing success, but I could feel and see my health starting to slip. That's when I realized I had to make a change. I needed a system that would actually work for my busy schedule, not the old eat less, do more cardio advice. And through trial and error, I built a framework that allowed me to drop fat, build lean muscle, and boost my energy, all while keeping up with my demanding lifestyle. And that's exactly what I'm about to share with you. So, the 4 pillars of the 50-hour body protocol. All right, if you're working 40, 50 plus hours, you don't have a lot of time to train. And most guys waste so much time in the gym doing the wrong things, endless cardio, random exercises, or workouts might leave you sore, but you don't get any results. That's where this program fixes that. You have efficient muscle-focused training. So 3 to 4 workouts per week. You don't have to train 5-6 days a week. 3 to 4, that is it. 30 to 45 minutes each. Yes, you don't have to spend that much time in the gym. You don't have to spend even an hour in the gym. 3 to 4 workouts per week, 30 to 45 minutes. But because you're not in the gym that long, you have to be efficient. So strength training first. We're focusing on heavy compound movements, okay? Presses, rows, squats, deadlifts. These are going to build strength, stimulate muscle growth. And these are heavy lifts, okay? You are pushing yourself to the max on these lifts. You are going heavy. Very low reps, 4 to 6 reps on these movements, okay? You don't need a lot of reps. Just 4 to 6 reps. You can go to 8 reps on certain, warm-up sets, getting up in weight, but your final 2 sets should really only be 4 to 6 reps. In that last set, you should be almost not able to get 6. If you can get past 6, then you need to up the weight, okay? That is how you structure these workouts. Then you have physique-focused accessories, okay? We're building out the physique. You want to look good, so you need to build out your shoulders, your chest, your back width, create that lean waist, that V-taper look. That's what's going to look super, super good, okay? And then when it comes to conditioning, a lot of guys think you need to go do a bunch of cardio. You don't have to spend hours on the treadmill. You don't have to be a prisoner to cardio. Just focus on getting more steps in a day. 8 to 10,000 steps. It's not that hard. Just actively take some more time to walk throughout the day. If you have to go on the treadmill to get your steps in, by all means do it. But go walk in nature. Go enjoy, God's creation. Okay, but walk more. Okay, just actively think about it and just do it. This is going to allow you to finally look like you lift and do it in less time than you spend scrolling IG. Okay, because if you're doing 3 to 4 workouts, even if you're at 30 minutes, you're at 2 hours a week. You probably spent more than 2 hours on your phone doing a bunch of BS today. Okay, let's just go on your phone right now and you'll probably see it. Number 2 is nutrition. I got a 3-rule framework that is tried and true. Okay, most diets fail because they're restrictive, they're complicated, they're just impossible to stick to. You probably tried a few, but you just couldn't stick to them with your busy schedule. Okay, but this system strips it down to 3 simple rules. You can't mess it up. Okay, you just choose not to follow it. Number 1 is protein first. You're going to build every meal around 30 to 60 grams of protein. Okay, steak, eggs, seafood, chicken, or Greek yogurt. This protein is going to keep you full, preserve muscle, and drive fat loss. Okay, prioritize this with every meal. First thing you're doing is, okay, I'm structuring my meal around protein sources, not anything else. You need to be getting more protein in. Most people don't get enough protein in their diet and they don't even realize it. So prioritize getting more protein in. It's going to help with everything when it comes to nutrition and make it a hell of a lot simpler. Number 2 is whole food carbs. You're going to use clean, fuel like potatoes, fruit, rice, and vegetables. It's going to keep your energy high for work and workouts. It's not going to, have you crashing and bloating through the day like a bunch of BS carbohydrates that most people eat. So stop eating a bunch of BS carbohydrates. focus on whole food carbs. Just, keep it simple. Okay, this is how this framework is stupid simple. You just have to follow it. Okay, and then finally, number 3 is don't drink your calories. Cut back on soda, sugary coffees, alcohol. These are silent killers that just add a ton of calories without you ever noticing. It doesn't do anything for you. So stop drinking your calories. You can be intentional with it. If you have a protein shake, if you want a soda, just do a diet soda. I'm not a fan of diet sodas. I don't think they're that good for you, but they can be good for fat loss. They're better than the alternative of having a real soda. Okay? So follow this 80% of the time, and you'll be in a calorie deficit, almost pretty naturally. And you don't have to use tracking apps, food scales. You don't have to starve yourself. Okay? You're focusing on protein, whole food carbs, having some healthy fats. It's going to keep you full, without feeling like you're starving yourself. And number 3 is accountability. Okay? Knowing what to do is not enough. We live in a world where you can get all the information you could ever want and need, but people are still, out of shape. That's why you're watching this video. You want to get better. You want to get in a healthier shape, okay? So it's not about knowing what to do, because you need a way to make sure you follow through, even when work is crazy, okay? Because, most guys know I need to eat less, work out more, do all these things. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, if you can't actually follow through with it. So here's how you can actually build accountability into your life. Okay, you're going to track your workouts and meals. Use a simple notes app or fitness tracker so you can see consistency week to week. Now, I said above, you don't need no tracking apps for your food, but it is a good rule of thumb to see what you're actually consuming and putting in your body. You can just snap a picture of your food, on a day-to-day basis. And just track your workouts, track how many reps and sets you did at a certain weight so you continue to progress, continue to improve in those areas. And then just have a weekly check-in with yourself. Every Sunday ask, did I hit my 3 to 4 workouts? Did I follow nutrition rules at least 80% of the time? Keep it simple, but hold yourself accountable. Then have some visible progress markers. Take weekly progress photos, okay? Take photos of yourself. Log your lifts. Track your body weight. Okay, you want to track your body weight and also your progress pictures, because when you're doing a body recomp, you're losing weight, but you're also building muscle. You're looking better in the mirror, but you might be staying on, the same on the scale. So if you are seeing the progression in your photos, but you're not seeing on the scale, that is fine. Your things are working. But if you just tracked on, the scale and you're seeing you weren't losing weight, and our minds always, when we just slowly see ourselves change. People have body dysmorphia, you have body dysmorphia, and you think, I'm not getting any better. But if you look back through pictures, you can see that you actually are making changes. That's why you do both, okay? And then have external accountability. You can share your goals with a friend, mentor, coach. That's someone that's not going to let you off the hook when you slip, okay? Have someone hold you accountable. Do it with a partner. Do it with a friend. So it's going to help you along the way. Do it with someone. Or just have someone there to guide you and hold you accountable. When you start to build these systems, fitness becomes something you stay consistent with, not something you restart every Monday. A lot of people are like, let me start this Monday. And they do it for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday comes, man, I just fell off track, and the weekend came, and then you feel guilty about the weekend, and then I'm going to start on Monday, and it's this vicious cycle that people get into. But you have to create the systems and hold yourself accountable. Number 4 is going to be lifestyle integration, okay? The best program won't work if it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, okay? I could give you all the secrets, everything that you could ever need, everything that I do to get in amazing shape. But the secret is really learning how to blend fitness into your life that you already live. You don't have to make your life towards fitness. Your life doesn't have to be consumed by fitness. You can fit fitness into your lifestyle. Because even if I give you the best stuff, doesn't mean anything if you can't apply it and that if it fits into your lifestyle. That's why cookie cutter stuff just doesn't work. You need the right system for you. This is a general guideline, okay? But still, there is things that need to be customized to your life and what works for you. And you have to figure that out. So your workouts, you need to treat them like meetings. 3 to 4 sessions a week into your calendar. Your non-negotiables, don't cancel on them, okay? Whether that's before work, lunch break, or right after work. Find what works for you and just keep it consistent. Nutrition, plan ahead, batch cook your proteins, steak, chicken, whatever you want to cook, beef. Batch them twice a week, okay? Spend an hour and a half batching your proteins for the whole week, and then just, get some whole food carbs here and there, fruit stuff, just some quick things you can grab, and keep them at the office. And learn about 2 to 3 takeout orders that fit into your rules. Have some different places. There are like some go-tos where you can still keep all 3 rules in check. And then when it comes to travel and work events, still stick to that 3-rule framework. It's all going back on the 3-rule framework. Nutrition is going to be your number one lever to help you get in shape. So you have to, stick with that 3-rule framework. It's simple, but you still have to apply it. Okay, so no matter where you are, you can prioritize protein, choose a simple carb, and just avoid caloric-dense drinks. And then finally, when it comes to recovery, aim for 7 hours of sleep. You really want more, but most people aren't sleeping that much anyways. So aim for 7 hours of sleep. Have a wind down period at night. Have consistent wind down to get you ready to go to bed, so your body knows you need to go to bed. Set a cutoff time for caffeine before 2 a.m. p.m. here, but realistically, stop drinking caffeine before noon. You don't need it, okay? If you're just reliant on caffeine, most people don't need as much as they think they do, okay? Have a cup of coffee in the morning, that's fine. Have caffeine in the morning, but you don't really need it past noon. And use short walks or stretching to manage stress, wind down for the night. That way you can get some quality sleep. Because fitness does not have to compete with your career, okay? When you integrate it into your lifestyle, it becomes the foundation for better energy, confidence, and performance at work, okay? Don't let fitness consume your life, okay? You can still have a life while being in shape, but you have to prioritize it, and make an effort to actually integrate it into your life. But what are the next steps here? So obviously we covered this whole 4-pillar system. You implement it, customize it to you. It will work. It's something that you can start applying literally today and, be rolling into tomorrow. And if you can stick to it, you will drop fat, build muscle, and finally create that confident, lean look you've been chasing. I promise you, if you stick to this for even 3 months, you will see dramatic changes in your life, okay? I promise you, just do it, commit to yourself. And if you would like help actually implementing this system into your life, I'm currently offering a free strategy call. It's just, on this call is literally just mapping out exactly how this framework would look like in your schedule, your lifestyle and your goals. We'll go over everything, go over you as a person and how to customize this to you. That way you can hit the ground running and start implementing it. Because I know it's a lot, so if it can be easier for me just to tell you exactly what you need to do, implement into your life, you can hop on that call, let me know, and we'll get in touch. We'll hop on that call. Other than that, that's all I got for y'all today. But take care, peace out, man, and I look forward to seeing where you guys are in the next 3 to 6 months. Promise you, stick to these 4 pillars and your life will change.